Good morning and welcome to the Great Wellsville Balloon Rally Parade. Leading off our parade this morning, the Legion Riders. Okay. I got it done. And a warm hand for the Legion Riders. Coming into view right now, the Great Wellsville Balloon Rally Committee float. And the chairman of the committee driving the truck with the basket in the back of kids throwing candy out, the chairman, Brad Thompson of the Great Wellsville Balloon Rally Committee. And of course, too, the Wellsville Balloon Rally Committee has its truck store parked down by the old Community Bank building. And a warm hand and welcome back for Smokey Bear as Smokey joins us as he has each and every year during the Great Wellsville Balloon Rally Parade. It's Smokey Bear, and Smokey's taking it easy right now. And of course, the message to prevent forest fires from Smokey Bear. And now coming into view, the 1937 Cord, Barbara Cobb, and the 1937 Cord, a great classic vehicle, and we thank them for being here today in the parade. Thank you so much. Welcome now the SPCA serving Allegheny County, 115 years serving the community. The SPCA serving Allegheny County with their float. Again, thank you for being here today. The SPCA serving Allegheny County. And remember, you can always visit the SPCA on Route 19 in Belmont. They're open every day from noon till 4 with a great selection of pets available for adoption. And they have on the float a whole bunch of puppies and have a pool for those puppies to enjoy as well. Now the Wellsville Marching Lions. welcome now to the Wellsville Area Chamber of Commerce, reminding you that next Saturday, the Main Street Festival. Again, the Wellsville Area Chamber of Commerce, we thank them for being here today. And now joining us, AKT Combatives, right here on North Main Street. We thank them for joining us here today as well. Please welcome now, hiding the Wells Performing Arts Center and Starlight Theater in the joint production, now taking place, Annie at the David A. Howe Library, Nancy Howe Auditorium. A nice hand for our group here to perform from Annie here this evening. And again, a nice hand for hiding the Wells Performing Arts Center and also Starlight Theater. And again, the show taking place tonight and again tomorrow. And now welcome Alfred State joining us here today. They too have been in the parade every year. And now Classic Hits Oldies Radio, WJQZ, the 1969 Olds Convertible. And now coming into view, the David A. Howe Library, and a number of the folks from the library you probably recognize will be here as well. And thanks to the David A. Howe Library for being in the parade today. And please welcome the First Citizens Community Bank in Wellsville joining us here today. We thank them for joining us in the parade. and Congressman Nick Langworthy joining us here today. Thanks so much for joining us. Now joining us in the parade, the YMCA in Wellsville. And thanks so much to the YMCA for joining us here today in the parade. Again, a thank you to the YMCA. And now coming into view, the Allegheny County Democrats, and we thank them for joining us here today in the parade. Allegheny County Democrats. Once again, our thanks to the Allegheny County Democrats for joining us here in the parade today. And please welcome Roger Bentley on his classic bike. Again, thanks to Roger Bentley. We'll see if Roger can do a wheelie later, huh? Should I count to three? Again, thanks to Roger Bentley. Now coming in, 1952 Chevrolet from Jim Beck. And thanks so much for bringing this classic vehicle here today. The 1988 Cadillac Eldorado, Ron Foley and Suzanne, thanks so much for being here today. And the 1932 Pontiac. The 2002 Pontiac Firebird just passed with Mark and Chris Peterman. Now the 1965 Willys CJ5. 1982 Chevrolet Camaro from Richard Brownell. And Tom Wallace entry of the stock car, number 48. Now welcome to Jones Memorial Hospital, coming into view. And again, our thanks to Jones Memorial Hospital for joining us here today in the parade, as they always have as well. And joining us now, come Essa. Thanks so much for joining us here today. And Girl Scout Troop 4131, thanks so much for joining us here again today. Now joining us, Allegheny Cancer Services. And we thank them again too for joining us in the parade, as they have so many times through the years for the great Wellsville Balloon Rally Committee. And welcome now the Step Dancers. Step Dancers joining us in the parade today. We thank them for joining us as well. Step Dancers. The Steps Dance Studios. And again, the nice hand for the Step Dancers. And now coming into view, the Salvation Army. And as they say, they've been serving the Wellsville area since 1906, the Salvation Army. Again, our thanks to the Salvation Army. Now coming into view, nice yellow Corvette representing Tops. And again, our thanks to them being here today in the parade. Now let's welcome the Wellsville Moose Lodge, number 601 in Wellsville. We thank them for joining us here in the parade, the Moose Lodge. Next joining us is Martell Dance Academy. And we thank Martell Dance Academy for joining us here today as well. Again, our thanks to Martell Dance Academy. And joining us now, Wellsville Fire Department, Emerald Hook and Ladder Company, number 3, the Emerald Fire Truck. And again, thanks so much for being here. And Wellsville engine number 1. And Wellsville Fire Truck number 7. Number 81. to the Wellsville Fire Department, Andover, and Willing for joining us here today in the parade. And now welcome to Wellsville Rotary Club. Wellsville Rotary Club joining us again here in the parade. Wellsville Rotary Club. And welcome the ARC, Allegheny Steuben ARC, joining us here today. And thanks so much again for being here today. Allegheny ARC. Once again, our thanks to Allegheny ARC for joining us here today. And welcome now, Highland Park. And we thank them, obviously, again for being here as they have been for so many years in our parade. Again, Highland Park joining us, Rehabilitation and Nursing Center. Again, our thanks to Highland Park. And welcome the Andover Fire Department. Our thanks to Andover. And thanks again to Andover for joining us here today, Andover Fire Department. Now coming into view, the classic fire truck, the one that we always look forward to seeing in the parades. And it's done a great job. Number 1917, Hal Pepper from Ohio. Thanks so much for bringing the truck here today. Thank you. And Ohio Fire and Rescue. Once again, our thanks to Ohio Fire Company for joining us here today. And the 1949 tractor, David Dawson restoring. McCormick Farm Hall. Thanks so much for bringing it here today. And welcome Tippy Top Liquors, located on Route 19 south of Wellsville. We thank them for joining us here today in the parade, Tippy Top Liquors. Now welcome GHW Enterprises. And thanks to GHW Enterprises, Earth Moving Services. Thanks so much for joining us today. And High Risers Event and Party Rentals joining us here today as well. And welcome Wixon Rental. Our thanks to Wixon Rental for joining us here today. And coming into view next, Wayne Companies cruising for inclusion, Down syndrome awareness. And we thank them for once again being in the parade this year. And again, Wayne Paving, cruising for inclusion, Down syndrome awareness. Thanks again for being here. And again, our thanks to Wayne Companies for being here today. And joining us now, Circo Dumpsters. Thank you for Circo for being here today in the parade. We thank you, Circo Dumpsters. Now joining us, Waters Excavating. And our thanks to Waters Excavating for joining us here today. And Shorts Oil and Propane with their vehicles as well as the truck. And we thank Shorts Oil and Propane for being here today in the Balloon Rally Parade. Again, a thanks to Shorts for joining us. And Lynch Paving. We thank Lynch Paving for being with us again this year in the parade. Again, that's Lynch Paving. And please welcome Mercy Flight Helicopter. How many times you see a helicopter come down Main Street like this? How about that? Congratulations and thanks so much for being here today. You know, thanks to Mercy Flight for being here today. And we thank you all for joining us here today in the Great Wellsville Balloon Rally Parade. The Balloon Rally store will be open yet for a while right down the block, located right next to the old Community Bank building. And next weekend, of course, the Great Wellsville Balloon Rally, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And of course, you have the Main Street Festival next Saturday, too. Thanks so much for joining us here today.